Hello, everyone. This is Six Path Weeb. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's fanfic topic is: what if Naruto were a girl? Part 2. Disclaimer: the content on this channel is intended for entertainment and discussion purposes only. I do not own any of the anime footage used in my videos. All rights and credits belong to their respective creators and copyright holders. Let's get started. Naruto deftly evaded the kunai thrown by the enemy ninja, countering with her own shuriken. Using a tree as leverage, she launched herself towards the adversary, landing a blow to his stomach that made him cough up blood. She followed up with a kick to his head, which he blocked, but she immediately delivered a punch to his midsection. As she aimed another kick, he intercepted it, leaving her vulnerable. The enemy struck her chest forcefully, potentially fracturing several ribs, and sent her crashing into a tree. Collapsing onto her hands and knees, blood trickled from her mouth, and a sharp pain radiated through her chest. Amidst the agony, she sensed a familiar yet foreign energy, a red chakra enveloping her, accelerating her healing, mending her bones, and amplifying her chakra reserves. Her eyes turned red and slitted, and the whisker marks on her cheeks became jagged, resembling a feral beast. Despite the malevolent nature of the chakra, she resolved to harness its power to defeat the masked ninja, but vowed never to use it again. The ninja observed in astonishment as her wounds healed and the red chakra infused her being. When she stood, her eyes radiated a demonic intensity. He was convinced of her evil nature, yet determined to eliminate her. He charged at a speed that should have been beyond her capability to counter, but she intercepted his punch effortlessly with one arm. Naruto halted his punch, stopping him in his tracks. She delivered a powerful kick to his stomach, followed by an upward kick to his chin, propelling him into the air. She vanished and reappeared above him, locking eyes with a sinister smile, signaling his impending doom. Summoning two shadow clones, Naruto unleashed a relentless barrage of blows. As they descended, all three delivered a final, devastating kick, driving the ninja into the ground, creating a large crater. He lay unconscious, with extensive bruising, multiple fractures, and completely depleted chakra. The red chakra left Naruto's body, leaving her weary and sore. Her muscles weren't used to that kind of strain, and she could barely keep her eyes open as they returned to their cool, still blue. She stumbled over to where Kakashi was and sat down beside him. He was severely injured, his Sharingan had a new cut over it, his legs were broken, one of his arms was broken, he had 3 broken ribs, and a kunai was lodged in his stomach. Naruto's eyes started to water as she realized that he might not survive. "Kakashi-sensei, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to," she started to say, sobbing. It's okay, Naruto," Kakashi replied, coughing. "I took care of most of them. I'm just sorry. Sorry that I couldn't finish that last one off. You need to take Sasuke and Sakura back to Konoha," he said, closing his good eye in a weak imitation of his usual smile. "I won't leave you, Kakashi-sensei. I don't want you to die," Naruto said, sobbing harder. She didn't like to admit it, but Kakashi was the closest thing to a father she had ever had. Just as Naruto was about to lean over Kakashi and cry into his vest, a group of Konoha medical nin arrived and immediately went to work on Kakashi. It took all of them to stop the internal bleeding and remove the kunai. They patched him up enough to keep him alive, but he still needed to be taken to the hospital urgently. They placed him on a hand-carried stretcher and rushed toward Konoha. Naruto walked over to Sasuke and Sakura, who had both been knocked out by the enemy before Kakashi could stop them. She woke them up and told them they needed to head back to Konoha before she passed out. Sasuke looked over at Sakura, who was looking around in surprise at the sight of roughly 20 enemy ninja bodies lying around the clearing. Most were clearly dead, while others were just unconscious. Sasuke sighed and picked Naruto up, blushing slightly as her ripped jacket revealed she wasn't wearing anything under the mesh shirt, and carried her on his back. He then took off toward Konoha, jumping from tree to tree. Once they reached Konoha, he dropped Naruto off at the hospital before heading home for a much-needed shower and rest. Naruto woke up in a soft bed, dressed in a white gown, in a room painted white with white furniture. The only light came from the moon shining through the window. Naruto sat up, her body still sore but the pain gone. She stood and walked over to the window, leaning against it and watching the stars in the sky. She stood there for hours, just watching the moon trace a path across the sky. Naruto turned away from the window and saw Sakura standing in the doorway. When Naruto looked at her, he noticed how beautiful Sakura looked in casual attire. She was wearing a red sundress that fell just short of her knees, with a red ribbon in her hair, keeping it off her face. Her clear green eyes showed concern and happiness. Naruto looked down at his own attire and realized he was still in the hospital gown. "Hi, Sakura-chan. What are you doing here so early?" Naruto asked as he walked over to the wardrobe in the room. "I wanted to check on you and Kakashi-sensei," Sakura said, stepping in and shutting the door. "Oh, okay. I'm doing fine. Still a little sore, but I'll be okay," Naruto said, pulling the gown off. Sakura looked at Naruto's smooth skin, her petite figure, and felt a blush rising. She had never thought she would look at a female that way, but Naruto was stunning. Smooth tan skin, petite frame, blue eyes, all topped with a golden blonde crown of hair. Sakura was confused about why she felt that way. Naruto put on his shirt and turned around, pulling his shorts up. He saw Sakura looking at the wall, blushing, and realized why she hadn't said anything. Naruto finished getting dressed quickly and walked over to Sakura. "I need to go home and take a shower. Why don't you come over to my place, and you can stay the night tonight?" Naruto asked, turning Sakura to look at him. Sakura looked at Naruto and saw he was dressed. She thought about it and decided it would be fun to hang out, so she said, "Sure, but can I bring a friend or two?" "That's fine, I have a big house. Just no boys, okay?" He, okay. "See you tonight," Sakura said, turning around and opening the door. She almost shut it when she remembered she didn't know where Naruto lived. She opened the door all the way and asked, "Where is your house?" "I live at the Namikaze compound. Just ask anyone, and they will tell you where it is," Naruto said, smiling. It would be the first time he had anyone over in his entire life, any friends over anyway. "Okay," Sakura said, leaving. That evening, Naruto sat in her living room, wearing shorts and a tank top, with her hair styled in 2 pigtails. She relaxed in an overstuffed chair, gazing out the back window at the garden her mother had planted. The doorbell rang, and she got up to answer it. Standing outside were 4 girls, one she recognized as Sakura, and 3 others she did not know. One was the same height as Sakura, with long blonde hair covering one eye with her bangs. The second was taller, with short brunette hair. The third had short black hair framing her face. "Hi. I brought some friends. Do you know them?" Sakura asked with a grin. "I haven't met them, but I think they were in our class at the academy," Naruto replied. "Yes, this is my close friend Ino," she said, pointing at the blonde. "This is Tenten, who graduated a year before us," she continued, indicating the brunette. "And this is Hinata," she finished, pointing at the girl with black hair. "Hi, Naruto." Ino greeted cheerfully. "I never knew you had such a nice house." "Yes, it's so spacious. You could host a party here," Tenten added. "It's nice to meet you, Naruto-kun," Hinata said shyly, blushing and tapping her forefingers together. "It's nice to meet all of you. Come on in. I have some food in the kitchen if you're hungry," Naruto offered. "Oh, I'm starved," Tenten said, walking in and taking off her shoes. Sakura and Ino followed, agreeing with her, while Hinata shyly joined them. They explored Naruto's kitchen and found crackers, cheese, ham, sliced fruits, and juice. They brought everything into the carpeted living room, set it on the coffee table, and pushed the couches and chairs to the walls before sitting on the carpet. "Hey! Why are you moving the furniture?" Naruto asked, puzzled. "We can just sit on the carpet. It'll be fine, we'll move it back later," Ino explained. "Why don't we change into our nightgowns?" Tenten suggested. "Ooh, good idea," Sakura agreed. "Naruto, where's the bathroom?" Ino asked. "Up the stairs, first door on the left," Naruto said, pointing. Naruto turned around and saw Tenten and Sakura giggling together. She decided it was best to intervene. "What are you two up to?" she asked. "Nothing, Naruto. We were just talking about, Sakura trailed off. "We were talking about Sasuke and his apparent interest in you," Tenten said, giggling. "What?" Naruto exclaimed, shocked. "Sasuke is not interested in me." "Oh, yes he is. He doesn't want to hurt you when you spar, he always stares at you when you're not looking, and he's always distracted around you. There's only one explanation for all of this, he likes you," Sakura said. "Well, fine then, he likes me. So what? It's not like I like him or anything," Naruto said, turning her head. "How could you not like him? He's so cool and strong, and best of all, he's available," Tenten said, giggling. Naruto just looked at her incredulously. Sasuke was so distant that he declined everyone who tried to talk to him, except in school when a teacher asked him a question. He had opened up a little from hanging around Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi, but he wasn't interested in a relationship anytime soon. "Oi, Naruto," Ino yelled from the second floor. "Can you come here for a second?" "Coming," Naruto yelled back before standing up. "I'll be right back," she told the girls and walked up the stairs. Naruto walked into the bathroom and found Ino in the foggy room. "Did you take a shower?" "Of course, I take a shower every night," Ino said, walking toward Naruto. "I just had a question." "Okay, what do you need?" Naruto asked. "Where do you keep the towels?" "Oh man, I forgot there were no towels in this bathroom." "Follow me. I'll take you to the towels," Naruto said, turning around. Ino followed her to the master bedroom's bathroom. Ino looked around as soon as she walked into the master bedroom. There were scrolls spread out across the other side of the room, the bed wasn't made, and there were a few pieces of clothing on top of the blankets. "Naruto, this room is so messy," Ino said, wrinkling her nose at the smell of dirty laundry. "Well, I wasn't expecting to have to bring anyone in here," Naruto said. "I barely had time to clean downstairs." "Ah, here they are." Naruto grabbed a stack of fresh, clean towels and handed one to Ino. "Thanks," Ino said, wrapping herself in it and walking out of the room as fast as possible. Naruto sighed and walked to the hall bathroom, depositing the towels on a shelf in there. She walked to the stairs and looked over the balcony. The sight in front of her was so funny she almost fell down the stairs laughing. Sakura was in her underwear on her knees, holding a pillow up as a shield. Hinata was lying in front of her, also in her underwear, her head close to Sakura's knees. Ino had lost her towel when she jumped down and grabbed a pillow, swinging it at Sakura. Tenten was trying desperately to cover herself. Naruto's laugh stopped the action beneath her. They all looked up at her like she was crazy, thinking, "What's so funny?" "Naruto, what's so funny?" Sakura asked without lowering her pillow shield. Naruto stopped laughing and continued to giggle as she said, "I never expected you guys to be having so much fun at my house. I've never seen that game before, what's it called?" "You've never had a pillow fight?" Ino asked incredulously. "I raised myself. I never had any friends, or even a decent house to bring them to," Naruto said, growing a little somber. "It's okay, just come and play with us," Tenten said, abandoning her efforts to cover herself and running up the stairs. She pulled Naruto down the stairs and handed her a pillow. They taught Naruto to loosen up from her usual self and have fun with girls her age. They played around until 3 a.m. before going to sleep, mostly dressed, on the living room floor. The following morning, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke gathered in Kakashi's hospital room. The Hokage was present, listening intently to Kakashi's debriefing of their mission completed 2 days prior. As Kakashi concluded his report, a silence enveloped the room. The Hokage approached the window, gazing outside contemplatively. "This situation demands further investigation. How long had the enemy ninja been trailing you before they launched their attack?" The Hokage inquired after a few moments. "At least 2 days," Kakashi responded. The Hokage turned to face the group. "Kakashi, the doctors have recommended a 2-week recovery period for you. During this time, I will assign your Jinan team to another Jounin sensei." "But Gramps, I only want to train under Kakashi," Naruto protested. "Naruto, by now you should understand that we do not always get what we desire. You 3, join me in my office. Kakashi, rest well." The Hokage then exited the room. Naruto looked at Kakashi, whom she regarded as a father figure despite him being her father's student. Reluctantly, she acknowledged the necessity of following the Hokage's orders. With a sigh, she wished Kakashi a swift recovery and leapt out the window towards the Hokage's tower. Sasuke trailed slowly behind, lost in thought as he observed the bustling crowd. The prospect of training under a different Jounin sensei, even temporarily, was unsettling. He had just begun to warm up to Kakashi, and like Naruto, he preferred not to change mentors. He heard a noise from the rooftop behind him and saw Naruto leap over him, landing on another roof before jumping again. Sasuke continued his walk, deep in contemplation. Sakura walked beside the Hokage. She was indifferent to who trained her as long as Sasuke was present, yet she had grown somewhat attached to Kakashi. Lost in her thoughts, she didn't notice when the Hokage stopped, ending up several paces ahead of him. Turning back, she saw the Hokage looking at the rooftop behind them. Following his gaze, she saw Naruto landing and then taking off again. They resumed their walk towards the Hokage's tower. At the tower, Naruto waited for the others to arrive. She sensed someone attempting to conceal their chakra behind her. Reacting swiftly, she jumped to the side, twisted midair, and hurled 3 shuriken at the individual. They dodged all 3 and withdrew a short sword. Recognizing them as a member of Konoha's Onbu Black Ops, Naruto retracted her kunai and offered an apology. The Onbu member merely nodded in response. Naruto observed the Onbu operative closely. It was evident that the Onbu was a woman. Her posture, the butterfly mask, and her physique made it clear. She wore the standard black sleeveless, skin-tight shirt, a green ninja vest, loose black pants designed to be silent, and ninja shoes. Naruto glanced down at her own chest and felt a pang of envy. The small lumps were nowhere near the size of the Onbu's. Naruto glared at the woman jealously, but she took no notice. Just then, the Hokage ascended the stairs followed by Sakura, while Sasuke appeared from another direction. They all entered the room, including the Onbu. Hokage-sama, reporting as requested, the Onbu said. Good. These are the Genin, Uzumaki Naruto, Haruno Sakura, Uchiha Sasuke. The reason I am placing you under another sensei instead of waiting for Kakashi is that he believes you are ready for the Chunin exam starting in 2 weeks. I want you to undergo Onbu training under this woman. She has agreed to train you on the condition that you don't know her name. Then how would we address her? Sakura asked. You will call her Butterfly. Sasuke muttered, eyeing her. Butterfly examined the 3 Genin. Meet at training field 3. Now. Good day, Hokage-sama. Everyone dispersed. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke arrived at the training field simultaneously, finding Butterfly already there. Now, I'm going to perform a test I'm sure you're familiar with, being Kakashi's students. She pulled out 2 bells. The 3 Genin looked at each other and nodded. They looked back at Butterfly and waited. She seemed curious as to what they were waiting for. She tied the bells to her belt and then said, "Begin." The 3 disappeared into the forest. So they can hide pretty well, she thought, sniffing the air but finding no trace. Of course, the dog summoner taught them how to cover even their scent. She dodged a rain of kunai and shuriken from 2 directions and blocked a kick she sensed coming, throwing the attacker, who she recognized as Naruto, to the ground. She grinned. But this one is impatient. As Naruto hit the ground, she disappeared in a cloud of white smoke. Shadow clones. Then she found herself blocking a volley of punches and kicks from both Naruto and Sasuke, who moved at a speed clearly beyond Genin level. Their teamwork was impressive, but Butterfly still hadn't seen the last one, the girl. She found herself having to try to keep them from landing a hit. Then she felt a tug at her belt and saw Sakura snatching the bells from her. She jumped away and saw Sakura hand a bell to Sasuke. Naruto, however, decided to take the fall for the rest of the team. All right. We will continue training tomorrow. Now that I know your current level of strength, I can guarantee that I will double it in 2 weeks. Meet here tomorrow at 4 a.m. sharp. Dismissed. Butterfly vanished in a cloud of white smoke. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura walked together to the edge of town. Sakura then headed to her house, Sasuke to the Uchiha clan housing area, and Naruto to Ichiraku's. Naruto sat at the bar and ordered a pork miso with extra vegetables. Ichiraku smiled and began preparing the meal. Naruto glanced at the only other patron in the ramen stand. He was an older man with long, spiky white hair tied into a ponytail that reached his ankles. Red markings extended from his eyes down his cheeks, and he wore a forehead protector with a peculiar symbol. 2 toads sat on his lap as he conversed with them. Naruto chuckled quietly, noting the oddity of the scene. As Ichiraku placed the bowl of ramen in front of her, she turned back to the bar and began eating in silence. She soon realized the old man was staring at her. Finishing her meal, she set the bowl down and faced him. Can I help you, old-timer? Your name wouldn't happen to be Naruto, would it? And if it is? I trained the 4th Hokage. I was planning to train Naruto, but since I can't find her, he said, smiling and turning away. I am Naruto, she replied, considering that her father's teacher might help her become even stronger. Oh? Well, I will train you after the Chunin exams. Do your best, the old man said before placing some money on the counter and leaving. Naruto watched him leave, curious, before paying for her ramen and heading home. Once upstairs, she removed her weighted jacket and shorts, dropping them on the bed. She hung her scroll sling on the doorknob and finished undressing before heading into the bathroom for a shower. Afterward, she put on a tank top style leotard and shorts, followed by her weighted clothes and sling. She increased the weight on her clothes slightly. Heading to the training area behind her house, she began drilling her forms with the new weight. She then created 10 shadow clones, which immediately attacked her. She sparred with the clones until they were all dispelled. Next, she made more clones and practiced fighting while removing weight from her clothes. She progressed significantly before running out of chakra. Canceling the clones, Naruto sat on the ground and began meditating to replenish her chakra. Naruto opened her eyes and found herself in a damp, dilapidated sewer system. As she surveyed her surroundings, a menacing growl echoed from around the corner, triggering a sense of familiarity. She recognized this place as the location where the Kyuubi was sealed within her. Determined, she followed the sound to the cage doors and gazed up into the glowing red eyes of the Kyuubi. The Kyuubi's deep voice rumbled with a soft chuckle. In response, Naruto extended her fist toward it. The Kyuubi, understanding Naruto's gesture as one of friendship, reciprocated by bumping its massive fist against hers. A slight smile played on the Kyuubi's face at Naruto's innocent grin. It then withdrew its hand and settled into a seated position. "Kyuubi, I have a request," Naruto declared abruptly. "What is it?" the Kyuubi inquired, genuinely curious. "I want to know your gender. I can't keep referring to you as Kyuubi or it all the time." The Kyuubi regarded Naruto with a contemplative gaze. "I'm male," he replied. Naruto nodded thoughtfully before looking back up at him. "Thank you, Kyuubi." The Kyuubi acknowledged her gratitude with a nod and then lay down dismissively. Naruto opened her eyes, squinting against the bright sunlight. She stood up, stretched, and adjusted the weights on her clothes, increasing the burden as she felt lighter than usual. Proceeding indoors, she stepped onto a scale with all the weights on and noted the reading, 450 pounds. Stripping naked, she weighed herself again, noting 85 pounds. Satisfied, she smiled, took another shower, ate a small dinner, and went to sleep. 2 weeks later, after enduring rigorous training from the Anbu, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke found themselves at Training Ground 3. As Kakashi approached, the three Genin turned to face him. He greeted them and congratulated them on passing Butterfly's training. Sasuke grunted, his determination to become stronger palpable. "It wasn't too bad. I trained on my own as well," Naruto said. "Really?" Kakashi replied impassively. "Yes, I train every night, even after a full day of training." Naruto glanced around. "Who else is here?" Kakashi laughed. "I knew they wouldn't be fooled. You can come out now." Butterfly appeared beside Kakashi. "Butterfly wanted to see if she could sneak up on you. I told her she couldn't." Sakura inquired, "So, we were the focus of an assessment?" "No, there was no wager involved. Consider it more of a trial. Here are the enrollment forms. Please sign them and proceed to the academy, room 301. There, you'll undertake the initial evaluation. Keep in mind, all team members must participate, or none can proceed with the assessment. Take your time to decide. Farewell." Kakashi and Butterfly departed swiftly. Both Naruto and Sasuke expressed a keen interest in taking the assessment. Naruto spent a considerable amount of time trying to persuade Sakura, while Sasuke observed her struggle from a distance. Eventually, Naruto conceded and sought Sasuke's assistance. Sasuke simply stated, "I intend to undergo this assessment. It would be wise not to impede my progress." With that, he departed. Observing Sasuke's retreating figure, Naruto pondered over his inscrutable demeanor. His aloofness and seclusion left her uncertain of his sentiments. Shaking off her thoughts, she turned back to Sakura and implored, "Please consider this assessment seriously. It holds significant value for me, and I am eager to test my abilities. This could be an excellent opportunity." With that, she left. Sakura deliberated throughout the night, mulling over her decision. Eventually, she signed the forms in the morning and made her way to the academy, where she found Sasuke and Naruto awaiting her. With a sigh, she approached them. "I had faith in you. Let's proceed," Naruto exclaimed, leading the way towards the gates and up the initial flight of stairs. Upon reaching the second floor, they heard a commotion and followed it to room 301, where a group of Genin were gathered around. 2 individuals stood guard, barring entry. Naruto grinned at the crowd, while Sasuke smirked, finding amusement in the Genjutsu's deception, a ninjutsu aimed at tricking the mind. "If you cannot surpass us, you lack the qualification for the Chunin exam. It's best to withdraw," the taller guard remarked. Despite appearing older than typical Genin, some remained at that rank for years without advancement, making their presence less conspicuous. Naruto, however, immediately discerned the ruse and started to retreat towards the stairs. "See? She understands the situation and is leaving," the guard pointed at Naruto. "I'm not leaving. I'm headed to room 301, Naruto declared, not even glancing back. "This is indeed room 301, the shorter guard clarified. "That's not possible. Firstly, we're on the second floor. Secondly, your chakra levels exceed Jinan standards, and your stature is unusually tall for Jinan. You stand out conspicuously," Naruto reasoned, continuing down the hallway. Upon reaching the third floor, Sasuke pushed open the door to room 301, drawing everyone's attention. The room, the largest examination hall in the academy, could accommodate up to 300 individuals, and it was nearly filled with around 200 participants grouped in their respective squads. Naruto could identify various ninja villages based on their forehead protectors. "This is going to be quite interesting," Naruto remarked with a smile. As Team 7 entered the room, all eyes fixated on them, marking the beginning of an intriguing encounter. "This promises to be quite engaging," remarked the blonde-haired girl, setting the tone for what lay ahead. A group of Jinan from Sunagakuer observed them intently. Among them, a pale figure with a sizable sand gourd, exhausted eyes, and a stoic demeanor scrutinized Sasuke with particular interest, sensing Naruto's formidable presence. His gaze then shifted to the long-haired blonde girl adorned with distinctive whisker marks, emitting a formidable aura juxtaposed with a serene smile. She intrigued the pale sand ninja, sparking a sense of vitality within him. Neji, Lee, and Tenten also took notice as Team 7 arrived. Neji, sporting a smirk, appraised the group of young Jinan, confident in his impending promotion to Chunin during this exam. Tenten, exuding a warm smile, anticipated the challenge of facing them, given her additional years of experience. Lee, ever the enthusiast for the vigor of youth, shared his thoughts on its power. Meanwhile, Naruto settled into her seat, surveying the room filled with formidable contenders. Her anticipation for the upcoming battles was palpable, especially her desire to test her skills against Sasuke, though unspoken as of yet. Sasuke, catching Naruto's gaze, responded with a smirk, harboring his own eagerness for a potential confrontation during the Chunin exam. "What's got your attention, fool?" he teased. Naruto, realizing she had been staring, quickly retorted, "Nothing, team. Just wondering if you're ready for what's coming," her tone tinged with defensiveness. And are you?" Sasuke's smirk deepened, his eyes gleaming with anticipation. "Absolutely. I'll take on anyone here. Got that? I'll surpass every one of you." Naruto's declaration echoed through the room, drawing the attention of everyone present and eliciting knowing smirks. She had unwittingly announced her readiness for the challenges ahead. At that moment, Iviki Morino, the proctor for the first exam, entered and commanded attention. "Please take your seats. The first exam is about to commence," he announced authoritatively. As everyone settled into their assigned seats, Iviki explained the rules of the exam, emphasizing the strict prohibition against cheating and the consequences of failure, setting the stage for a rigorous assessment. The proctor, Iviki, returned to the front of the room and placed additional documents on the desk. Several other proctors entered, taking seats along the walls, one proctor for each row of chairs. "You have 30 minutes. You may begin," Iviki announced, placing a countdown clock on the table. Participants turned over their papers. Naruto examined the first question. Wind speed 10 kh. Dense forest. 3 enemies. You throw 3 kunai. Draw their projected path, calculating drop and wind drag. Naruto contemplated the complexity of the questions. They were far beyond what any Jinan could handle. As she scanned through the rest, it became clear that these questions were designed to push them to cheat. The warning about disqualification for cheating only reinforced this. Sasuke quickly grasped the situation and discreetly activated his Sharingan to mimic the movements of the person in front of him, intending to copy the answers. Meanwhile, Sakura, noticing Sasuke's strategy, understood that he was conveying the answers to her. She diligently transcribed the answers, glancing at Naruto with hope that she would catch on. Sitting in the third row, Naruto pondered ways to cheat without detection. Hinata's soft cough caught her attention. "You can cheat off me, Naruto-kun," Hinata offered. Politely declining, Naruto replied, "No, thank you, Hinata-chan. I want to assess my abilities," before discreetly using a jutsu under the table. A clone materialized and transformed into a bug, swiftly gathering the answers from the front. With a smile, Naruto absorbed the answers and began writing them down. As the time elapsed, Iviki announced, "Time's up. Please stop writing." Glancing around, participants observed that several groups had failed due to cheating. Naruto's group, along with others from Konoha, Suna, and even the Sound Village, managed to pass. Iviki then presented the final question, laying out the consequences for those who chose to answer or abstain. Participants weighed their options carefully, considering their strengths and team dynamics. A member of the Hidden Mist village raised their hand and announced, "I choose to withdraw from the final question." Iviki sternly declared, "Then your team is dismissed." The trio departed, visibly disheartened. "Is there anyone else?" No hands went up, but determined gazes met Iviki's. Their resolve was that of young Janan eager to test their limits. Iviki couldn't help but smile. They were like children, but were they truly prepared? Time would reveal the answer. "Very well. If none of you wish to quit, then I have only one announcement to make. Congratulations, you all pass." A wave of cheers and surprised murmurs swept through the room. "Meet me at Training Ground 44 by noon. For those unfamiliar, ask for directions to the Forest of Death." With that, Iviki watched as they exited, collecting their papers along the way. Naruto's paper caught his attention. Every answer mirrored the answer sheet perfectly, as though memorized. Quite an intriguing individual, Iviki mused with a chuckle. At the Forest of Death, a kunoichi awaited, leaning against the fence surrounding the area. She sported short tan shorts, a black mesh top, and a tan trench coat with rolled-up sleeves. Her purple hair was tied up in a bun, and her hitai 8 adorned her forehead. The practical blue ninja sandals completed her attire. Twirling a kunai around her finger, she licked her lips in anticipation of the upcoming test. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke arrived first at the Forest of Death. As they conversed quietly, the kunoichi felt ignored and let out an audible hiss to gain their attention. "Don't disregard me, fools," she snapped. Sasuke inquired, "And who might you be?" "I'm Mitarashi Anko, the proctor for the next exam," she replied. "You're Uchiha Sasuke, the last of your clan." "Haruno Sakura, a kunoichi in training." "And Uzumaki Naruto, daughter of." Anko paused, cutting herself off. Naruto eagerly asked, "Daughter of who? Do you know my father?" "I'm sorry, I can't divulge that information," Anko said, sensing Naruto's curiosity. "It's the third's directive. If you wish to know, ask him directly." Naruto nodded, determination in her eyes as she glanced at the Hokage Tower, the tallest edifice in Konoha. "However, you have to pass this test first," Anko announced at 11:45, addressing the sole group present. Gradually, the rest of the Genin arrived from various directions. "Your prior scouting efforts are commendable. Now, let's focus on the task at hand. You will enter this forest precisely at noon, giving us only 15 minutes for the briefing. In essence, please refrain from speaking and pay attention," Anko instructed, prompting everyone to fall silent. "Now, welcome to the Forest of Death. While it was once a heavily utilized training ground in Konoha, frequent attacks by deadly creatures led to its designation as the venue for the Chunin exams," Anko explained, eliciting nervous reactions from some. Naruto appeared excited, while Sasuke maintained his usual composed demeanor, revealing subtle emotions to those familiar with him, otherwise appearing as stoic as a wall. "Your objective is not just survival, there's another layer to this test," Anko continued, displaying 2 scrolls marked with heaven and earth symbols respectively. "Each team will receive one of these scrolls. To gain entry to the central tower, you must possess both scrolls. Before proceeding, ensure you sign the necessary waivers at the booths to avoid repercussions for your villages or families," Anko warned with a grin. "I won't meet my end here, you ominous presence," Naruto muttered defiantly. Anko swiftly moved behind Naruto, but he reacted with agility, leaving a mark on Anko's cheek. Unfazed, Naruto taunted, "Still doubtful of my abilities?" Anko, impressed, noted Naruto's skills silently. "Your concern should be the waivers now. Without signing, you cannot participate. The choice is yours," she stated before heading to the nearest booth. Eventually, all Genin complied, signing the waivers and collecting their team's scroll. At 11:59, teams assembled at various gates. Anko amplified her voice with a jutsu. "You have 3 days to reach the tower," she declared. "Begin." As the clock struck noon, the Genin dispersed into the forest, embarking on their journey to locate both their rivals and the central tower. Naruto's team halted their progress upon reaching a waterfall, the evening sun casting a golden hue over their surroundings. Opting to seek respite within a partially concealed cave behind the cascading water, they settled in for a moment's reprieve. Naruto, shedding her attire down to comfortable boxers and a black undershirt, elicited a pointed gaze shift from Sasuke, who averted his eyes discreetly. With nimbleness, Naruto plunged into the river, deftly tossing fish into the air, met by Sasuke's precision in skewering them with kunai. Meanwhile, Sakura, taking charge of their makeshift camp, ignited a small fire at the cave's entrance, fashioning a spigot for cooking. As Sasuke delivered the catch, Sakura deftly impaled the fish, preparing them over the crackling flames. Emerging from the water, Naruto's damp attire clung to her form, accentuating her contours, while her movements exuded a fluidity that surprised Sasuke. Retrieving her clothing from the nearby woods for a change, Naruto activated a seal on her sleeve, revealing a hidden scroll from which she procured fresh attire and hygiene essentials. After refreshing herself discreetly, clad in dry spandex shorts and an orange bra beneath a black mesh shirt, Naruto returned, activating gravity seals to slightly increase her weight, a strategic advantage. Observing Sasuke and Sakura engaging a group of sound ninja, including a mimic of Naruto, amused, joined the confrontation. Dismissing the imposter accusation with a nonchalant demeanor, she deftly revealed the imposter by outsmarting him, leaving the ninja in a cloud of revealing smoke. Coordinating with Sasuke and Sakura, Naruto engaged the sound ninja in combat, her agility and combat prowess evident as she swiftly neutralized her opponents, culminating in a collaborative victory with her team. The final assailant glared at Naruto with evident anger before leaping into action. Employing a jutsu that induced temporary deafness, he caught Naruto off guard, prompting her to shield her ears and shut her eyes against the sudden discomfort. Upon reopening her eyes, Naruto found the ninja poised for a lethal sword strike. Reacting swiftly, Naruto evaded the attack and swiftly recovered, brandishing a kunai. "Leave this one to me, Sasuke." "Proceed with searching the other adversaries for the scroll," Naruto asserted, engaging the remaining opponent. Acknowledging Naruto's directive, Sasuke began scouring the defeated enemies while Naruto efficiently dealt with the final sound ninja. Despite a thorough search, Naruto didn't locate the scroll on the ninja she subdued, prompting her to approach Sasuke. Observing Sasuke examining an item, Naruto inquired, "Sasuke, which scroll did we secure?" "It's the Heaven Scroll," Sakura replied, curious about Sasuke's inquiry. "Why do you ask?" Displaying the scroll he discovered, clearly marked with the Heaven kanji, Sasuke proposed, "Perhaps we should retain it for potential negotiations. Alternatively, it could prevent another team from completing their task," Sakura suggested. "Agreed, we should keep it," Naruto concurred. Sasuke securely stored the scroll in his kunai pouch. After disposing of the sound ninjas' bodies in their temporary shelter, the team relocated and established a passcode for mutual identification. With Sasuke taking the first watch, the others retired for the night, ensuring their safety during their rest. Team 7 halted their advance at the base of a colossal tree, discovering a concealed alcove within its roots. After entering and deliberating briefly, Naruto created 3 shadow clones, strategically positioning them to oversee the area in an overlapping formation, with Naruto herself taking up the final position. Sakura and Sasuke opted to rest. 6 hours later, Naruto roused Sasuke and took a brief 3-hour nap. As the day neared its end, Team 7 commenced their journey northward, veering off the direct path to intercept another team. Sasuke assumed the lead due to his quick reflexes, while Sakura occupied the middle, leveraging her superior sensory abilities. Naruto positioned herself at the rear, utilizing her prowess as a formidable combatant and augmenting their rear security with shadow clones. Approaching midday, Sakura halted on a tree branch, prompting Naruto and Sasuke to regroup with her. "What's wrong?" Sasuke inquired. "There's a significant chakra presence, smaller than Naruto's but still substantial. It's 40 meters northeast," Sakura informed. "Let's take action," Naruto exclaimed, already moving in that direction. "Naruto, wait. We need a strategic approach, a plan of attack," Sakura emphasized. "Our strategy aligns," Sasuke chimed in with a smirk. "Swift attack for the element of surprise, ensuring a quick victory. We aim to reach the tower by day 2. Naruto grinned, acknowledging Sasuke's plan. Sakura sighed, remarking, "I'll assess their abilities once we engage, and you two execute. Remember Kakashi's advice, teamwork is paramount in survival missions." They all nodded, swiftly and silently advancing toward the chakra source. Approaching the location, they masked their chakra to remain undetected, stealthily closing the distance. A tall, pale Jinan with an elongated tongue faced off against 3 sound nin. As Team 7 arrived, the sound nin retreated, leaving the pale Jinan alone. He glanced towards Team 7 after a moment. "You've come to me, Sasuke-kun," he taunted maliciously. Sasuke felt a mix of fear and instinctual urge to hide or flee. Naruto, however, remained resolute. Seeing Sasuke's unease, she quipped, "Stay sharp, scaredy cat. It's just one Jinan," before launching herself at the enemy. Naruto, Wait, Sasuke exclaimed, but Naruto was already engaged. Sakura, stay hidden. Keep us informed. If things go south, you must retreat, he instructed before joining Naruto in the confrontation. Naruto soon realized her adversary was formidable. After being thrown through several trees, she adjusted by removing gravity seals from her attire, making herself faster. She vanished, her movements marked only by the rush of wind and leaves as she attacked the Genin. Despite her swift assault, her strikes consistently missed the intended lethal points. He skillfully evaded her attacks, but her swiftness kept him under pressure. Pausing briefly, she executed the hand signs for the Shadow Clone Jutsu, conjuring 4 clones to aid her in subduing the opponent. However, her clones inexplicably began to vanish, until she noticed a snake slithering out from the man's pant leg. Just as his leg swung towards the final clone, the snake struck, dispersing the clone instantly. Sasuke swiftly intervened as the last clone dissipated, activating his Sharingan to perceive the subtle movements that eluded Naruto. With precision, he engaged the adversary, who chuckled at Sasuke's perceptiveness. Dispensing with frivolity, he executed a maneuver, striking both Naruto and Sasuke with force that sent them crashing into nearby trees. Brandishing a kunai, he licked its edge, eliciting a glance of acknowledgement between Naruto and Sasuke. Drawing upon the dark energy within her, Naruto's demeanor transformed. Her whisker marks took on a primal aspect, her cerulean eyes glowed crimson, her nails elongated into claws, and an ominous chakra enveloped her form. Emitting a growl, she lunged at the man, vanishing and reappearing with her fist buried in his abdomen. Staggered, he was propelled backward, colliding with and fracturing the tree behind him. Blood briefly spurted from his mouth before a subsequent blow to his face launched him through yet another tree, where Sasuke intercepted with a dropkick, propelling him back towards Naruto. She cratered him into the ground, leaping away as Sasuke initiated his fire style, dragon fire technique, engulfing the adversary in flames. The resultant crater blazed momentarily before the fire dissipated, leaving behind only smoldering remnants of the man. As Naruto reverted to her normal state and approached Sasuke, a sudden blow to her temple rendered her unconscious. Sasuke, alert and ready, hurled shuriken that were deftly parried. Kukaku, you possess strength, bolstered by formidable allies. Yet, only with me, Sasuke-kun, can you attain the power necessary to vanquish your desired foe. Seek me out when you are prepared, and I shall reveal the path to you, driven by your own ambition and animosity. Remember the name Orochimaru, I will grant you a glimpse of what awaits, he taunted with a sadistic edge, before biting Sasuke's neck, igniting a triad of Tomoe in a circular configuration. The cursed seal of heaven shall bestow unimaginable might upon you, he declared, vanishing with a sinister laugh. Should you survive the night, Kukaku? Thank you all for watching today's segment. For more engaging fanfiction content, kindly subscribe to my channel, 6path Weeb. Your support is deeply appreciated. Warm regards. 6path Weeb.